Okay, today we're going to review those skills that we worked on for phonics yesterday. Now remember, those were those ah sounds, that short O, ah, and we used, let's see, 6 different ways to spell that. So we used O-U-G-H, A-U-G-H, A, A-U, A-W, and A-L. So we went over those spellings, which would be patterns of that ah sound. So I have a list here, and I'm going to first say the word. I want you to think about where that would go. If you know how to spell that word, I want you to make a prediction or think about to yourself where that word should go. If it's an O-U-G-H, A-U-G-H, A-U, A-W, or A-L. So the first word is taught. Taught, like I taught the lesson. Where do you think that should go? That goes in A-U-G-H, taught. Okay, we see that A-U-G-H makes that ah sound. What about the word author? Author, that's one of our spelling words, author. That one has an A-U. The beginning makes that ah sound, A-U-T-H-O-R, author. What about bought? I bought a shirt, bought. That goes in that O-U-G-H. Okay. Next, we have sausage. That ah part, think about where that would go. Sausage. That's another A-U. Sausage. Okay. Holly's very excited about phonics practice here. Ball. Now there's two different kinds of balls, and so I'm actually going to add both to the list. So A would be just the regular sports ball. But a synonym for like a heavy cry would be if somebody were to bawl. B-A-W-L. That would be like a big, heavy, elaborate cry. Okay. And then we have talked. Where would talked go? That's an A-L. Ah. And the last one is recall. Recall. That one is under that A. Recall. Okay, so now that we have had some practice with, excuse me, with our different patterns that spell that ah sound, we're going to read some sentences here and find the words that have the spelling, utilize those patterns, and I'm going to underline them for us when we find them. The first sentence here in the green is, I feel awful for what I said. And which of those words has that ah sound? That would be awful. What spelling did I use? I used that A-W, okay? So I had this, and I'm going to just square that spelling of aw is A-W for awful. Okay, the blue sentence, sentence number 2. The recipe calls for 1 stalk of celery. Now there's 2 in here. Can you find the 2 that make that ah sound? One is calls, and the other is stalk. Okay. In calls, what makes that ah sound? Good. The A makes that ah sound. And what about in stalk? Nice. That's that A L. Okay, last one, my red sentence. My daughter thought our walkway was nice. There are 3 in here. Can you find it? Okay, so the first one is daughter. The next one is thought. And the last one is walkway. Okay, so what would be the spelling of ah in daughter? A-U-G-H. Okay, what about thought? That's an O-U-G-H. What about walkway? We have that A-L again. Nice job. All right, great work. That was our phonics practice for today.